Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor at M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A toss play to Hunt. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Tyus Bowser in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack for Mahomes and company. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. Here's the Chiefs punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Jackson and the Ravens come up now, 1st and 10. Jackson on first down. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Crabtree, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. So he can't hang on, and as I watched that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Now Jackson. Wide open, it's Allen, complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated.
And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Anthony Hitchens coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback. No matter the situation there, the defense won the battle. There's Jackson on third and long, and that is incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the third time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. And that negates a pretty decent punt return.
And the goal is to gain a first down on a punt return, which is 10 yards. This was much more than that, but it is going to come back due to the illegal block in the back.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 23. Mahomes going to hand it off to Hunt. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On the run, this is Hunt. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And they get him down right near the midfield stripe. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to hold that one in.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll toss it to Hunt. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Mahomes now on 1st down. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Left, 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 left.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Play fake there to Hunt. Now Mahomes going deep here for Watkins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Sammy Watkins with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chiefs are in for 6. Well, there was a little extra pressure with that one because it was 3rd down. He didn't care. He snagged it with one hand like it was routine.
The key is to make a play in a tough situation. Doesn't matter how, and in this case, one-handed gets it done. Terrific play for us to watch.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, Jackson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Back deep for Kansas City, DeAnthony Thomas. This is fielded at the 27. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Mahomes now on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd. The Chiefs on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Mahomes now to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Tim Williams in there to make the play. It'll be a loss of 14, and it'll bring up a 4th down. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
The linebacker, Anthony Hitchens, there on the stop.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Jackson on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return, and it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hunt. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. He got 29 yards that time. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line. Here's Mahomes to throw. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. And the kick by Butker is good. And that will make our score 9-0. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. He gets this one to Michael Crabtree. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you throw a lollipop...
Looking for Perriman, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Here's Foreman. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. On the toss, here's Foreman. And he'll be taken down at the 34. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. Throwing now is Mahomes. Buying time to his left. And this is caught at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
Mahomes going to throw. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Chris Conley, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
And the Ravens taking the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. That's caught out left by Perriman. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there. 7 yards. The pickup on the pitch and catch.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? Not like any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven 1st. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Caught left side to Crabtree. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Now Jackson on 1st down. And this This time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Now Jackson on second down. Underneath to Allen. The Ravens on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Detroit! Detroit! Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Jackson now. It's caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
Partner, they weren't quite in the red zone, but things are starting to get condensed on the field. Throwing the corner route there, really nice play because it gives him a little bit of room to complete it.
Well, this is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Trying to punch it in with Collins. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. On second down, here's Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Max Williams as the first half is winding down. And the Ravens get a bit closer. Justin Tucker for the extra point. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that trims the lead down to 9. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. Oh, he's got some breathing room. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he takes it the distance. No time remaining.
No cloth on the field.
Yeah, no flags, and it's a kickoff return to end the first half. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, Butker now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But
this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Carrying one deep for Crabtree. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And now running right through it. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. He was looking for Crabtree that time. first possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and makes creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now a play fake here on first down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards. They'll run it here with Hunt. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Chiefs add on to their lead. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good, we're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. Butker now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now here come the Ravens. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful without being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. The All-Pro Justin Houston in on the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They go again with Collins. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Throwing is Jackson. He finds Crabtree for the completion. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone!
Jackson from the shotgun. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Left, 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 left.
Now it's Hunt. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Looking to throw is Mahomes. He's going to look deep for Watkins. It's caught inside the 25. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail. Ace, ace.
This is Hunt. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak. Late in ball.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the safety, Eric Weddle. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
They'll begin the drive with Collins. And they'll get him down up past the 15. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
On 1st, they go right back to Collins. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they? And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So that one will be accepted. taken down near the 20 at the 21. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. Great move, but still wrangled before reaching the 20. Tackle made there by Tony Jefferson.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Steps away to his left. He is going to find Hill here. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Bucky Hodges, his second touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. He's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up. 4
touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. The drive starts with a run by Collins. And fights through one man. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They got to feel pretty good about that one.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now it's Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. Here's a first down run with Collins. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And again, it's Collins. And he's got room. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And incomplete here on 3rd down. Another wayward pass. Things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Here's Thomas. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. He's going to air one out. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Now here's Mahomes. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay, because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. And going deep for Hill. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up first and 10.
Black 58 rail. So. Ace. So.
Mahomes going to throw it here. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. It's caught inside the 25. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Mahomes now on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Mahomes again here on second and 10. Pushing his way through. This is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one goes for 24 yards.
And they just had another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
It's the age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
Now before the second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. That one looks like he'll throw here. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points from me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
Butker now to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Or are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for Kansas City, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, you wonder what this will do to their playoff prospects as they fall to 8-5. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers.